welcome back.
Woo! What's up with it, motherfucker? What's up, baby? Did you miss me?
So, we have the car. So we are back now from Sydney. It's been about 7 weeks since we're back. Obviously the last video I posted was probably 2-3 weeks ago roughly, with the second part of Sydney and explaining what actually happened. But we're back in Brisbane. It's been about 7 weeks since we dropped it off to P&P and I picked it up last night. We've made quite a few changes since then, and as I go through the video I'll either bring you a bit closer and we'll talk about it, or I will pop some photos on the screen. So I guess this is just a bit of a walk around of the car, explain what's done to it, where we're at with it and all the rest of it, because I think it's been quite some time since I've actually gone through what's in this car. So yeah, so I'll start from the top down as to all the bits and pieces, but I think let's just start off with the gearbox. Obviously that's the most recent thing. So the gearbox is all put back together. We have a brand new DQ250, well, new to me. It's done 50,000 kilometers out of a Golf 7 R. We've put my original clutches and mechatronics unit in it, and we've flashed Mk7 R software on it, being that it is slightly different ratio than this car. I can't really notice too much of a difference, but it is just ever so slightly snappier in first, second and third. But once you sort of hit fourth, it doesn't really feel too much different. Everything's back together. We're all working. Look, huge shout out to the guys over at P&P. They always sort me out, or Prestige and Performance here in Brisbane. If anyone needs help, go and have a chat with them. But yeah, Mike and the team really do a good job. They know how to sort me out when I get myself in a pickle, which seems to be more than more case than others. So yeah, look, super cool, super happy that the car's back and in one piece as well. So I guess I didn't actually really go around last time with the improvements that we made when we went to Sydney. So as you can see, the TC105Xs have made an appearance again, which they would have in the video, you would have seen them. But we have now got a new set. These are quite special. They're 18 by 9.5 plus 45. A standard spec for a Golf is an 18 by 8.5 plus 43. So we're definitely gone quite a lot wider than a normal wheel. And we're running a 265 Nankang CRS at the front and a 255 rear. The offset really makes a big difference, especially with corner entry, and also helping on straightening the car out a bit faster, because it allows me to offset that tyre, which makes a big difference. And also having the power really helps with that bigger tyre up front. So I think that's what you can see from outside. Everything else cosmetically is stock in a sense. I'll walk up, grab the camera, we'll cut to me being a bit closer to the car, and we'll walk around and I'll pop the bonnet. Cool, cool. All right, got your hand held down, so it might be a little bit more shaky, but you'll get the idea. So I guess the next big modification that we made since before we went to Sydney was the new seats. So we now have the Recaro pole positions. There's 2 of them. I am going to be ripping out the rear seats shortly, but I'm just waiting on some stuff. So we've got 2 Recaro pole positions. These are the whatever ones that are road legal in Australia, so that's good. Makes a huge difference. Definitely helps you sit in the seat a bit more. Just open the door so you can see. And we've got rails. Ignore the quiet beeping. But yeah, definitely a huge difference. Makes life a lot better sitting in the car. What else? All right, let's go back to front because it's probably the fastest. So in the rear, it is fairly stock, as you can see. We have the PRS exhaust system. This is the Catback system. Very nice sound. It also has valves, which I have a remote in the car. We have the rear wiper delete, which I did a long time ago when I first got the car. I guess we'll talk about the brakes on the rear as well. So we have the Forza 350mm extended rotor kit. So it uses the existing caliper and extends it to make it larger. And at the moment we're running a Forza FP2 in the rear. Nothing too crazy, just enough. As you know, rear brake doesn't really do a whole lot, but it does make a big difference when you are getting them hot. Nothing else too much in the rear. In the front we do have the Alcon 6-piston 365mm Forza kit. Great bit of kit. We're running WinMax 6.5 pads. I've run a whole lot of pads in this car, and these seem to be the best by far, definitely for initial bite and endurance. And we put a fresh set in when we were in Sydney, so definitely rate these very much. And as you can see in the wheel there, we do have the titanium nut kit, which looks great. They also add studs, makes the life changing wheels a lot easier than trying to just, you know, mount them and then put bolts in. So definitely a much needed upgrade. I guess for things that you can't see under the car, I'll just step back. We have Whiteline front lower arms, so I'll put a photo up on the screen. We just installed them when the gearbox went back in. So what are they? They're fully tubular, modular. You can adjust caster, camber, and then they have roll center correction built into them. Makes a huge difference. Just driving it here was my first sort of go with them, and they yeah, definitely much more a steering response. It didn't help that the bushings of my old ones were pretty flogged out, so huge difference, and that sort of thing. We also have BCDS coilovers, so better off showing you in the rear because you'll be able to see them poking through in the back there, maybe in the front as well. Yeah, not really, but we have BCDS coilovers. We have 12 kilo front, 10 kilo rear. Probably need to go slightly heavier in the rear again, but definitely not a bad spring rate, and not a bad setup for this car. With the lighter rear end, it does make it move around quite a lot, so having that stiffer suspension really helps stabilize the car. I definitely noticed that when I took the Mk6 R out to night sprints while I didn't have this car, and the car was just all over the shop, and I couldn't really, you know, get the feel to the track that I like when I drive this car. It's definitely a lot stiffer. So that's sort of what you can't see. And we also have a CTS 3.5-inch downpipe, which I will show you when I pop the hood. Also, apologies if I sound short of breath. I am slightly unwell at the moment, but I thought I'd film this video for you to get some content out. So let's pop the bonnet. Awesome, righto. Standard engine bay, pretty unassuming. We have the fully built motor again from Prestige and Performance. We did lose the I guess timing gear, in a sense, is what it's called, or the crank gear. So we did a full motor build. So it's got valves, valve springs, stock rest of the head, and then we have a fully built bottom end. So it'll single day, you know, just go to town. It'll hold as much as I want, obviously to a certain extent, but yeah, it's pretty good, ready to go for the track. We have a Racing Line catch can right here. We have the Galano flex fuel system with that CTS downpipe in the back. It also has a 034 Motorsports high pressure fuel pump for the E85. I do have fueling upgrades sitting in the garage ready to go, but that'll be for another time. We have the IE intake with the IE inlet elbow. What else have we done? Obviously the gearbox with the LSD. Everything else is pretty much as it is stock. I mean, obviously it still is a, you know, EA888 Gen 3. Yeah, not much more to talk about under the bonnet. Obviously it's tuned by Galano with the flex fuel software, which goes really well with this car. I, you know, can't fault it for what it is. And that sort of thing. We have Whiteline front end links and rear sway bar and rear end links set to full stiff in the rear, and then we've softened it right up in the front for that roll center to get it really turning really nicely and get plenty of grip in the front end. What else have we done to this car? I've got the 40-year steering wheel, I guess, in a sense, in a style, with the Alcantara with the red stitching. Shout out to Stuart for that one. And then we've also got the door cards here, which are in suede, which are really nice. Yeah, I think, you know, for the most part, that's everything that's done to this car. I mean, you know, obviously on the outside there's a lot done to it and that sort of thing, but from a whole to whole, I mean, you know, you could probably list it off in a list. There's a lot more that probably I've missed, but they're the main bits and pieces that make this car what it is. But yeah, if you want to see it or you've seen it in person, you'll know what the car is and that sort of thing, or on my Instagram. Definitely is probably one of my favorite cars to drive. Just the way it feels, handles, and you know, the rawness out of it that it has. So definitely love this car. Won't be going anywhere anytime soon, but I thought I'd just make this video because there's quite a lot of new people, quite a lot of different people that have come along the way. But yeah, this is my Golf GTI TCR. I've got lots more plans for it, lots more things that I'd like to do, but obviously it's just time, effort, money, bits and pieces like that. We've got quite a few things on the way, which will be made into future videos as such. But I guess, yeah, you'll see them as they come. So appreciate you watching. And that's my car. So any questions, pop them down below. More than happy to answer any questions or bits and pieces you're going to want to know. And we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks guys, peace.
Anytime I play, it's you that your bitch ignore. Looking like I stacked Haley, Joe Osment, and pay it forward. Now that I'm paid like a lawyer, I'm never running out of oil. One snap of my fingers, one word from my mouth, and rent for a year is made with, let me show you what. Such, even at my worst, still kick it better than all the rest. Yes, you got next. We'll go ahead, search forever, never stress. Sex, drip, chains, glisten.